Oh, hey, what's up? Hi, how are you? Are you jerking off? No, this is my only articulation. All right, you wait here for a minute. Okay. Oh no!
You suck.
Snarf, 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 mother. Hooray, sir! It's not me, sir, this a time. Ooh, what you got there?
Thunder! 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 ThunderCats! Power!
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review. Today we're taking a look at another ThunderCats figure from the 2011 line, and it's the Lynx Lion-O version 2. So if you watched my previous videos on the ThunderCats 2011 figures, I did pick up a Lion-O figure that had the Lynx feature in it. However, it was really more of a figurine. It had no articulation, and I was super bummed out because it would not fit into the Thunder Tank. So fortunately, Big Bad Toy Store did have additional ThunderCat 3 3/4 inch figures on sale. This was one of them, so I went ahead and picked him up to see if I can get him to work in my Thunder Tank. Here we have Lion-O in the packaging, and it's pretty decent. It's very similar to the packaging that we did receive before. It's got this really cool ThunderCats logo up here. The artwork, very anime of Lion-O. It says Lynx. We've got the figure. It's got his name, and then he actually looks like he comes with interchangeable hands, which is pretty cool, and 2 versions of the Sword of Omens, which is pretty neat. So just kind of a close-up really quick. There is the packaging, looking cool. Lion-O, yeah, so it looks like he's got an interchangeable paw or hand or whatever you want to call it, so that's pretty cool. Nothing on the bottom. On this side, it's got a little right up there. There's a little gotcha capture thing. I doubt that still works, but if it does, there you go. Here is the back of the packaging. Got a picture of Lion-O, got a couple of read-ups, ThunderCats, Lion-O there, Lynx, all the figures you can get, and then all the vehicles that you can get. So again, just kind of ThunderCats. There's a write-up if you want to pause and read that. You can definitely do so. Collect them all. Another read-up on Lion-O if you want to pause and read that. You can do so. Here are all the other figures that you can collect. Very, very cool. Very, very neat. And then here are all the vehicles. Very fun. Very cool. So yeah, that does it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get this out of the box and see what we think. So here we have Lion-O out of the package, and I have to say this is 1000% better than that original Lion-O figure. It is in the same scale, 3 3/4 inch, which is fine for that figure scale. I don't mind that, and it comes with a lot more accessories. It's got a trading card, which is interesting, but the thing that makes this so much better is it is articulated. And of course, that means it can fit into the Thunder Tank, which is very, very cool. So let's take a look at the accessories first. I will start with this. He comes with trading cards. One is just really an advert that says, hey, collect them all. So it's just a paper advert that was in there with it, which is kind of cool to see all the different cards there. There's nothing on the back of that, so throw that off to the side. This is the Lion-O trading card. Again, very anime. The lettering's kind of interesting. Looks very trading card game-ish from, like, I don't know, Pokemon or Digimon or Hayukio or whatever those game cards are that kids play. Kind of interesting, very anime look. Kind of digging that. Here's the back of the card. Interesting that it has a picture of the cat's lair. I don't ever remember seeing that in the show. That looks like the first generation ThunderCats to me. If you're a ThunderCats fan and you know if that actually appeared in the show, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Another anime picture of Lion-O with the sword. And then here's a write-up. If you want to pause, you can definitely do so and read that. So yeah, kind of interesting. The trading cards, kind of dig them. Now, Lion-O himself comes with quite a few accessories, which is impressive. Of course, he's going to come with the Sword of Omens, but this version actually comes with 2 variants. One of the versions of the sword is pretty similar to what we saw with the first Lion-O figure, and I'm going to see if I can get this to focus. Ta-da! So very similar. Again, it's got the cat's eye in the jewel, but they didn't paint it black, and that really irritates me. It's basically all silver. The blade itself is a little bit warped. It's very soft. This feels softer than the first swords. And the hilt is slightly different, and that just might be that kind of loose rubber they got going on there. I'm going to bring the other sword in for comparison. So here are the 2 different swords. This one, the hilt looks a little wider than this one. Other than that, they're very, very similar, but the blades are different in the fact that this one's just a lot bulkier, thicker. This is a lot thinner. I like the one that came with the first Lion-O better than I do this one. This feels like it could very easily break. So I'll probably use the original sword. Now, he also came with a smaller version of the Sword of Omens. So this is the sword before he ThunderCats it hose out. So the hilt is locked up around the Eye of Thundera, and then it's got the itty-bitty dagger blade. I like the concept. The problem is this blade feels like you could just rip it right off of the Eye of Thundera. I don't particularly care for that. And there's no way to store this on his leg, which is very, very sad. They had a really great option to do that, and that just didn't happen. And Lion-O's final feature that he's got, or accessory, I guess not really a feature, but accessory, is his claw shield. Very cool. It's very detailed. I like it. It's huge, though. I mean, it's massive. That's what she said. And it is interchangeable. It's got a little peg you can pop on and off of his little arm. And as you can see, we can get it to focus here. Whoop. It is interchangeable. You can pull that arm off and plug that on there. So I've got the regular arm on for right now, just to kind of show the figure off. Definitely interesting. I like how they did that. I just wish that you could take this and plug it onto the side of his leg and be able to store the small Sword of Omens in there. I don't know if you can actually do that or not. No, see, it just doesn't stick in. It just, and it wants to focus on Lion-O. Hang on. Focus on this. Yeah, it just doesn't, no. It's just such a shame that, I mean, I like the additional accessories. However, it would have been nice if they would have worked a little bit more with the figure. Alright, to show the figure here, we're going to do a close-up real fast, if we can get him to focus. So, yeah, I mean, he looks good. I like the sculpt. He's got a little snarl, and, yeah, pretty cool. Liking the paint. They did a good job with it. Looks very cool. Like that kind of teal metallic paint they got going on the armor bits. Very, very cool. I think that works out really, really well for this figure. Now, to pop the arm off, you're just going to pull this one off, and then you're going to plug this one on. If I can get it on there. Pop, there it is. Nope, there it didn't go. Almost. There we go. So yeah, now Lion-O has his massive, massive claw arm. That thing is ridiculously huge. I don't remember it being that large in the show, but yeah, it's kind of neat that you can take the thing on and off. So the whole point of this guy was to get the articulation out of him, so his head does move back and forth. It does not move up and down. His arms actually go out quite a bit. This one's hampered a little bit by the gold plastic armor plate. This silver armor plate's kind of softer plastic, so it rotates around. You can go that far up, that far back. He's got an elbow joint, single. His wrists swivel. He has nothing at the waist, no ab crunch. His leg goes that far forward, that far back. He's got a single knee joint, nothing at the ankles. Again, this arm has a elbow joint. This also spins at that same point here. And then the replacement arm also spins like that as well. So yeah, definitely not too bad. I'm very impressed that he's got the articulation. Here we have Lion-O posed in a relatively decent action shot, which looks kind of cool. The one thing I forgot to mention, the legs, the hips do have a swivel up there, so you can get some dynamic poses. Here he is holding the Sword of Omens, looking kind of cool, so definitely pretty neat. Here we have Lion-O holding the smaller Sword of Omens accessory, and the problem, while it does have the articulation, which is very cool, there's not the right kind of articulation to really do anything with the smaller accessory piece, and that is a little bit of a shame. For comparison, here we have version 1 Lion-O next to version 2 Lion-O, and it's night and difference, these two figures. Just very disappointing in this figure here, where this one is way superior. So if you're looking to get a Lion-O figure, avoid the one that comes with the little gas pump looking accessory, and just go ahead and pick up the one that's got the interchangeable claw arm. And just to show the scale of the figures, here's the 3 3/4 inch Star Wars The Force Awakens Captain Phasma, and she is taller than both of them. She's a pretty big bitch. Here we have Lion-O with the Thunder Tank and Snarf. Snarf, snarf, snarf. Oh, Snarf. Just to kind of show the size comparison, here's Lion-O and Snarf next to each other. So Snarf is about half the size of Lion-O in height, but maybe about 2/3 the amount of plastic, if not the same amount of plastic. He's a little squat dude, that is for sure. So kind of interesting, kind of cool. Now I did notice after messing with Lion-O and the Thunder Tank here, you do not really want to use the claw armor, because you can't get it to sit proper in the tank to get the Thunder Lynx activation, because you have to move the arm forward, and his little claws that are on the upper shoulders here, these two little claws, if they're bent forward, you can't get him into the Thunder Tank Thunder Lynx gimmick. So go ahead and put the alternate hand on it, and you can get him to work perfectly fine. So just to put him in there, I'm going to take the front of the tank off to kind of show this off a little easier. I mean, he fits perfectly fine in here. He goes right in. So there he is. I'm very, very excited. Put the tank cover back on, make it a lot easier. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. I am digging that. I like the way it looks. Now, to get him to work the Thunder Lynx, there's the little button, and let me show you real quick on the Thunder Tank. So here's the piece here. You see there's two little hooks, and if you look at the back, it's going to clamp in there. So we are going to get Lion-O in here maybe.
Thunder Tank, activate!
And then there it is. So it is clamped in, which is cool. So what that does, obviously it makes it talk, and now the Thunder Tank is going to say different things.
Thunder Tank, fire!
Which is basically that.
Thunder Tank, fire!
So he says Thunder Tank fire, and I believe that the claws say Thunder Tank something else, so let's find out what this does.
Thunder Tank, launch! Thunder Tank, launch!
So basically he says Thunder Tank this, Thunder Tank that. So to kind of show that without it, pull it out. Yeah, so there's that, and then it should just shoot out the piece. Yep. So, oh, I knocked the I knocked the wheel off. There we go. Oh, it should launch. There it goes. So yeah, there it is, Lion-O and the Thunder Tank. Very excited that I can get a Lion-O figure in here now. So now I have an actual ThunderCats to go into the Thunder Tank. I think that is most definitely cool, and just kind of throw Snarf up there at the top. Very excited. He looks good in it. I like how the 3 3/4 inch does work well with this. I may pick up the Racer Cycles that has like Lion-O and Tigra, and then maybe get a Panthro for this. I think that would be kind of cool, and then I might as well get a Chitara running along the side here. I don't know. But very excited to finally have a Lion-O that works with the Thunder Tank. So is the 3 3/4 inch Lion-O version 2 a figure that you want in your ThunderCats collection? Well, if you do collect the 2011 version of the ThunderCats, this is the 3 3/4 inch figure to get. Do not get that first version that came with the gas pump looking accessory piece. It's just a figurine. This is an actual action figure. While the articulation is a bit limited, most 3 3/4 inch figures are. It has more articulation than a current Star Wars figure does in this scale, which is kind of nice. And I'm just happy that it can work with my Thunder Tank. So that is the bonus. I got this figure at the time of this recording on clearance for $6 at Big Bad Toy Store. You can still pick them up there, again, at the time of the recording. I wouldn't pay much more for this figure. I think this is really not worth any more than $8, to be honest, any of these figures. That's why I never picked any of them up when they first came out. But it's nice to have the Lord of the ThunderCats to go with my Thunder Tank. So there he is, the 2011 ThunderCats Lion-O version 2.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And as always, look for more videos in the future.